I defy you to find another podcast as good as this one that starts with sheer laughter. From oxygen alone. Don't go accusing me of anything, okay? I'm clean as the day is blue. And it's not. It's nighttime. Figure that out yourself. R8RBEAR! Let's go! Assaltante Oso, that bear you all know, out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. What? You heard me. You know it's true, because it came out of my face. Often imitated, never duplicated, that fool with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! Woo! The Raider Neighbors be damned! No, I'm just kidding, Todd. Good seeing you, brother. Cute dog. R8RBEAR! I'm just kidding, he loves when I do that. And his name is Todd. Whoa. Hang on. That may have sounded like I was, telling a joke, but it's just a Todd. How many of you don't? I mean, some of you know a Todd, I'm sure, right? He looks like it too. He looks like a Todd. Nice guy. All right. All right. Alexa, stop. What's up, fam? Welcome to the show. I appreciate you all, as always, tuning in for R8RBEAR Live. Corinna Trujillo, you won our awesome episode with the flag and some goodies, and I'll be sending that to you soon. But first, Travis! R8RBEAR, man, on first comment, woo, on YouTube, our champion, you son of a monkey, how dare you interrupt me? Hold on. Jim Vanderlyn, you can't get your due. You know what I mean? Here I am trying to give you your due, and my phone wants to chime in my face and talk to me about stuff. Okay, sorry. Let me set that down. Okay. Jim Vanderlyn! Jim, you don't have to emoji me every night. It was a thing, but now we need a new thing. But I liked that thing. Second place, silver medal, John the Lion! Leon! What's up, Jay? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. No, he really is. He's been watching my show for years. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Mark Vargas, who gets off one of my favorite bears of all time. And your bear emojiing is very clean, whereas Jim Vanderlyn's is just kind of all over the board. Jim with the clocks and stuff already, and the flags. Too much. You're already the champion. Now, on Facebook. Uh-oh, it's getting interesting yet again on Facebook. The gold medal tonight goes to Josh Russell, the number one contender. I love digging into you about that. But you definitely have won the last couple of nights. We go into next week. Monday and Tuesday. If you keep putting that kid on his back with these gold medals, we're going to talk about a rematch. Second place, my silver medal goes to Travis Kelly. What's up, TK? Welcome to the show. I make nicknames for everyone, don't you know? Third place, my bronze medal goes to... And you guys know I love it when a Raiderette slides into the sausage fest that is my medal round. And why? Because it's always full of so many dudes. Well, Corinna! Woo! Hello! I know, right? Yours was probably the best, and it was the last one. All right. We're going to talk about this football. We're going to talk about these players and all this other stuff that's going on. But I'm not talking about the draft anymore. I'm not talking about Caleb Williams. I'm just kidding. I'm going to talk about all that stuff. DPC, David Pelkliver in the house. You guys don't know, okay? David Pelkliver was winning titles when you guys were in diapers. He's not that old. It was just a few years ago. Lucky Pace, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Tommy Boy. What's up, Tommy Boy? I see you there. Travis Kelly, that fool with no hair that shouts like you're talking about me. Will Manoff, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Mark Vargas. Okay, I'm gonna just jump on this thing I saw with this guy Jordan Travis. I've had a few people from my show asking me essentially about Jordan Travis. Now, everything I've read up on him so far, he was looked at as a potential first round, excuse me, pick. At quarterback. Now, it would have been late, like a 22, a 27, something like that. But they did initially have him as a first-round guy. Then he broke his ankle. He missed a lot of time, and now he's back. And now they're talking about him being a day 2 or 3 guy at best. That a lot of people have fallen off with him. Now, I can explain that in part because you guys know I like size. I do not like little guys. Now, I don't mind little guys if they're receivers, running backs, skill positions, but not the quarterback. No, it does not work. That's why you've never seen one win a Super Bowl, and you never will. So when you see a guy like Kyler Murray, even his stupid name makes me laugh. You Cardinal. Say it like it's the F word. You Cardinal. But I don't know why all this hatred for Kyler Murray all of a sudden. Why? Because I was the one that said he was going to be a bust, and he is a bust. He's never going to be anything. And someone else is going to pay him a ton of money after the Cardinals do, and it's still going to suck. But he'll be great at video games. I wonder what his gamer name is. We should find out. That was definitely putting foots in him. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. It's really, though, that Jordan Travis, quarterback, Florida State, he's only 200 pounds, and he's only 6 feet tall. And all of us here know, but for those of you who might not know, I know even Tommy knows this, when they give you your numbers, they always inflate your numbers. So if they measure your height, and it says you're 6 feet, they say you're 6'3". Or 6'2", you know what I mean? They give you a couple inches. If they say, he weighs, 176 pounds, probably closer to 165. Okay, and so you see that with wide receivers all the time. Skinny as rails, and then someone tries to tell you they're 190 pounds. It's like, no. So, having said that, that's not a hit against the guy. I'm just simply saying they have him listed at 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. That means he's not 6 feet tall. I'm telling you, he is not 6 feet tall. He's probably 5'9", 5'10", which is small. Okay, so first and foremost, to whoever and all of you, because I know it wasn't just one person that was asking me what I thought of Jordan Travis of Florida State. I don't think much. Now, did he put up numbers? Does he have a good delivery? Is he smart? All those things? Yes. Okay, does he read like a guy that should be a good college quarterback? Yeah. But does that translate to the NFL? No. So I'm telling you, looking straight into the camera, Jordan Travis will never be anything other than a number 2 at best. He'll probably languish around the league for like 3 or 5 years. He'll end up on 2 or 3 different teams, and then he'll be gone. Or he'll end up coaching, that kind of thing. Because most of these guys that are smart, when they stop playing at quarterback, they open their own camps. Carson Palmer, a lot of the other guys did it. And they're making a killing because these college kids want every advantage they can get. And if they're quarterbacks and they're going into the league, these guys that played in the league can give them a hell of a, advantage of experience. Aw, Corinna, stop it. That's so nice. I will do that. Travis Kelly, hey, Bear, are you concerned with Jalen Daniels' elbow? That thing looks bad, bro. Travis Kelce, I'm not, to be quite honest with you. I just think that the kid's having an issue with it. It could be an inflammation. It could be infected. I don't know, but I don't know that that's going to have a long-term effect on his NFL career. You know what I mean? He'll get over it and he'll move on. Tommy, you probably already read this, but Corinna Trujillo told me to go ahead and send you her winnings from the show the other night. So I'm going to have you ask your mom, Val, if you're watching, to just go to my inbox on R8R BEAR family page where you probably went on to see the show tonight, and just leave me your mailing information. I think I have it, but if I don't, just send it to me just in case. And I'll send you guys the flag, and I'm going to send you something else nice, too, just to surprise you, Tommy. Okay? And congratulations. And Corinna, thank you very much. That was incredibly kind of you. Herman Gonzalez Jr., how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Armando Medrano. I love that name, Medrano. We would have hung out in school, I can tell. It's my thing, Bear. It stands for R8R BEAR Football Time. Okay. Then I take it back, Jim. I like it now. Okay, Doc R8R. R8R BEAR, I had a decent day in D.C., a brief meeting with the boss, and he struggled a little, but I was patient, and that kid we talked about is really, really eager to learn. Nice. See, now, you're the veteran. You have all this. You know that job backwards and forwards. Probably better than the two people you're talking about. But instead of, concerning yourself with that, concern yourself with killing them with kindness. Ask them when they need help. Tell them if they have questions that there is no stupid question. And when they need, a hand with something, feel like they can approach you. You know what I mean? And then that's how I do it. I build bridges, man. If people are mad, I try to find out what they're mad at. If you're mad at me, I ask, what's the problem? Oh, well, I'm mad about how you do this here at the company. All right, well, I'll stop if it makes you, chill, or I can maybe explain to you more about why I have to do that. You diffuse problems by conversations, not staying away from each other and just being angry. So there's a public service message from the R8R BEAR. What do you think about us trading for Cleveland's young cornerback Newsome? John Leon, I like that a lot, to be honest with you. There's a lot of DBs that are available. That's why this is taking a while. Xavier Howard and a few other guys, Patrick Peterson, who I kind of think is too old at this point, but if you put him in the right scheme where he just plays on an island one-on-one with a receiver and he has help over the top with the safety, where they work together, Patrick Peterson can still be a deadly corner, though. So it depends on how the Raiders feel. But I can say this to you. If you see the Raiders go with a guy like Patrick Peterson, just know this. They're suggesting that they're good. They're suggesting we're good. And we can put him on an island and we can let him do his shutdown thing. And then if a guy beats him, he can let him go, play the underneath for the slant or the bubble screen. And when his guy is taken off deep, the safety picks him up. Quarterback doesn't want to throw the ball now, pulls it down, throws it short, maybe gets a pick off the short. I'm here too, Mr. Bear. I just gave Dad a late dinner and a glass of cab. That's nice. That's nice. You're incredible, Val. That's really sweet. I know he appreciates that. Michael A. Charland, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. His gamer name is the little engine that couldn't. I can't send you something every time you crack me up, but damn it, you get me good sometimes. Anna Diaz Rencar, my favorite viewer ever. Hi, love. Welcome to the show. And I did send prayers, and I hope things go well for your baby. I love you to pieces. My first supporter ever. Steeler Val said, Mr. Bear, why do they inflate the numbers about their height and weight? Okay, well, truly, Ray Val, it's just to establish, more concern on the other side from the other team. So that when they see him that day and he turns out to be 5'11" instead of 6'1", you have to still deal with his skills, you know what I mean, at that point. But I don't know. Other than that, to me, it's just subterfuge. It's just trickery. It's just trying to get one over on your opponent. Jordan Travis is 6'1", 200 pounds. Yeah, see, I don't... Jordan Tarvis, excuse me. I don't love that size for a quarterback. For a wide receiver or running back, you can look at it because they've been probably playing that position at that weight for a while, so they know how to move and not get hit too square to where they get injured, things like that. You know what I mean? That was one of the things about famous running back for the Raiders, Napoleon Kaufman, that I always liked. He was never the biggest running back, but he had this way of, at the point of impact, always turning his shoulders or getting lower than the other guy, making a miss just that little bit, even if it wasn't to get extra yards. It was just to not get huge hits. I always thought that was an impressive skill on his part. He did that well. His gamer name is Little Engine that couldn't. Stop it. Steven Shaw, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Bob Standard, I don't care if the Braves won today, okay? Your Braves can suck it, okay? Their thumbs. I have kids watching my show. Don't needle me. He took my first baseman for my Oakland A's, and then his team went on a deep run, and they were really exciting, and yeah, shut up. Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear, they were talking on NFL Live about the Raiders in Minnesota trying to trade up. Also said the Donkeys could probably move up as well. Do you think they're blowing smoke in spite of us? Man, I hate lying season. Travis Kelly, no. Obviously, like you said, this is lying season. A lot of this is just to, bluff other teams. Sometimes they may want that team to make that move because they have another move in mind and they hope that that weakens their team or their opponent, so on. But in this instance, I don't believe about the Donkeys. I don't really believe that. They're in cap. They have cap issues from what I understand, and I don't see them moving up yet. Another year of them clearing the books, because remember, they've got $40 million in dead money in Russell Wilson right now playing for the Steelers. So while he's with the Steelers aren't paying his contract.
Did you really just tell Bob Standard his Braves can suck it? Wow.
Oh, you heard that, huh?
I did. I was like, did he really just say
They
that?
can suck it. I'll put fits in him, okay? He took our first baseman, honey, and then they were amazing, and he hit all these home runs, and my team started to suck a lot, and it was really annoying. She's doing good, thank you. She's high as a kite right now, but resting, making her some jello right now. Okay, good. I'm glad the surgery went well, because that's the toughest part. But Bear, Matt Olson looked really good for us today. I told you my audience doesn't like me. They really don't. They watch my show for information, but I don't think they like me. Yes, Travis Kelly, I'm sure he played wonderful. Thank you for the update. The A's, meanwhile, are still building a bathroom, I think.
But our Warriors played.
Oh. Stop it, Corinna. I can't take it. All right, so moving forward. So no, as far as the question about the Florida State kid, I'm not feeling that. You know what I mean? I'm not feeling that. Coming off injuries, and then you add to that, he's small. I just can't get with it. Now, there was the all-injury list. They had a few guys that they mentioned on the list that they feel like are going to be guys you can get in that second or third day that are going to be high-value players that are just stars that are going to make teams wary because they're coming off of Achilles tears, broken ankles. One guy had a bad elbow. He had to get that like Tommy John surgery, but he's not a quarterback, so it doesn't really make that much difference. It's a weird injury for a guy to get. I think it was a running back. But I think we're good at running back. I really don't know why some people are still talking about running back. I think we're good at running back, more than good. So I saw Zach Frazier of West Virginia. Yeah, he's a center snapper, but he also has versatility, has played some guard, and has played some right tackle. And so I thought, that looks pretty good. And he was all SEC, and he's all Big 12, and he was just all this and all that, and winning all these awards, and then he got hurt. And so there's the idea that he's just going to fall off. I think that's beautiful. Let him come to the Raiders. I would be fine with that. Zach Minter, too, of Michigan. That's another one. Kieran Ambadijie. From Yale. That guy's huge, great feet. You know what I mean? And he was a first-round pick off offensive lineman, and now they're thinking he could be a day 2 or 3 pickup, and yet you're getting a first-round guy who's just happened to coming off a bad injury. Okay, Cooper DeJean of Iowa is a nice little safety, but I don't really like him. He was on the list, but I'm not interested. Also, Kool-Aid McKinstry. The kid from Alabama was like really high on everyone's chart. The guy's name, obviously Kool-Aid. People like the press of things like that. But can he come back from what happened to him and put up star numbers? Because when he was down, Terrion Arnold, his teammate, he took off a little bit. He's on everyone's radar, including ours, you know what I mean, as a first-round number 13 pick. Because trust me when I tell you, the idea that we're set to move up and we're absolutely going to get a quarterback, and it's quarterback Bear, tell us about this guy and that guy. You sure about that? Because Tom Telesco, our new general manager, has never drafted down, but he's also pragmatic. Tommy, look up pragmatic. But he's also pragmatic. He's not going to just jump to jump. So if he can't make a deal that the Raiders like, then he won't make a deal. But are we in it? We're in it. Because I've heard that one of the asks was a first-round pick this year. Our first-round pick this year, obviously. Our first-round pick in 2025. Our third-round pick this year. And I think it was like one of our 7s. And that got you to Washington and number 3. Now, see, to me, that's a lot to pay for a quarterback that could end up being a bust. We all know quarterbacks are high bust potential. But I don't see that. If everything we're hearing is true, that AP is this sold on Jaden Daniels, when you've got so many other quarterbacks that some of them are a little bigger than he is. You know, some of them, look like they're a little bit more durable than he is. Not a big guy, you know what I mean? I just got done, explaining, don't like, smaller quarterbacks. Now, I'm not going to call him small, that's not fair, but he walks around at about 210. But I'm letting you all know, that's not much more than what I walk around at. I walk around right now at 6'3", 205, 202 pounds. He's 210, and we just discussed they lie about their weight. So is he 210 or is he 2.5 like me? And I don't want to get hit by 300-pound guys. That's not a good thing. That would not go well. Eric Jett, I have Kaylee with me and watching our favorite show on the phone. She says, hi, Raider Bear. Kylie, what's up, girl? Welcome to the show. And I love the picture of you and Daddy there. That's beautiful. You know your dad is a daughter dad, like me. He's crazy about you. So never forget that. He tells me all the time. Mark Bartis, Bear! What do you think about Jerry Rice Jr.? Mark Bartis, I always like going after a former player's son when it's the NFL. When it's basketball or baseball, much harder. That's why you haven't seen it since Ken Griffey Jr. Steph Curry just played today from his dad's alma mater, the Hornets, the Carolina Hornets, and his son, Seth Curry, also plays for them. So they had this whole, hoopla about the two sons making it, when the dad made it and blah, 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 blah. And it was beautiful, but you just see it very rarely. But in football, you see it quite a bit. And I always think that if you take 8 players and they gave you their sons from when they were great, of those 8 players, usually like 6 of them can really play. Maybe 5, but they can usually play because the dad's been just grooming them since day one. Although, then again, there was Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, who couldn't play basketball out of a wet bag to save his life.
That's why he stooped down to his Pippen's level.
Watch Russell take the Steelers to the playoffs, and it's on Denver's dime, and we'll sweep them again this year. Okay, first, Armando, every word you just said, check, check, and check, love it. Second, you are living like I am. Beautiful woman in your life. Congratulations to you on that. And more importantly, will he get the job? I think not only will he win the job, but I think you're right. He's going to win some games. Because if you really look at Pittsburgh and the Steelers, I really shouldn't say this right now because Val's watching, and Val's a huge Steeler fan. But the way the Steelers play football and the way they're presently constituted and the coach they have, everything about this is conducive to Russell Wilson to run a lot, pass when it's there, but conservative football that's led by a defense, a coach that is patient and will keep banging the run, throw here and there, bang the run, throw here and there. And it'll keep Russell healthy, but more importantly, they're going to win. They're going to win. I thought Russell Wilson, and I will say this like I've said it since the beginning, I think Russell Wilson is washed up. Okay, I've never backed off of that. I think he's washed up. But when he ended up at the Broncos, I said that immediately because I knew the Broncos weren't built to be the kind of team he needed to continue to succeed at this age. He needs to not have to run all the time and only have running be a weapon that he uses occasionally. He needs to be able to have a running back, i.e. Marshawn Lynch, right? What did Marshawn do for him all those years? 4 yards a carry, 7 yards a carry, 6 yards a carry. Oh, well, now when I throw, you're not ready for it just because you're so trying to stop the beast that, everything I'm throwing to is in single coverage or open. You know what I mean? Well, they can do that in Pittsburgh. He can get that again in Pittsburgh. with their style of play, with their coach's style of play, hell, with that franchise's style of play. They want to run the ball more than throw it, but throw it for impact. So it could be interesting. And Justin Fields could end up right back on the market. There was like 5 people in the stadium in Oakland. It was a sad because I love that city. Raider Nation will always live there. Yeah, but honestly, Travis, I got to tell you this. I was born in Oakland. I was raised in Oakland until I was a teenager. And I can tell you right now, Oakland did what it did to itself. I love Oakland. If I was a gajillionaire, Mama Bear and I have often said we would love to go move into Oakland and literally slowly start to insert money into it and prop it back up. For example, I'm praying that that's what Steph Curry does, because Steph Curry's talked about doing it. I love that man. But he's talked about doing it, you know what I mean? And has already done programs in the Bay Area, San Francisco and Oakland, that get more kids school lunches and things like that, and clothes and backpacks and on and on and on. Because he's on the edge of being a billionaire. I'm talking about basketball, so I apologize. But my point is that I lost my point. No, I'm just kidding. The Steelers can play that way, and they'll play that way with him, and they'll get away with murder. Because that's exactly what he did in Seattle. Who would you take in the second round or late in the first if we don't take a quarterback at 13? Okay. I'm not completely, how do I say this? I'm not completely against the Spencer Rattler possibility. I think the difference between Rattler and Jordan Travis is just basically size. You know what I mean? He's just got a few more pounds on him. So, and they both play similar, so I wouldn't mind that. But at the same time, though, are either of those guys really going to blow away AOC or Gardner Minshew? I didn't think so. I think we've all gotten away from AOC way too fast. I've been one of the many who've been steadfastly on AOC. Even when he put up 0 points against the Vikings, I said we'd be okay and he would be okay. He's a rookie. You're going to have games like that. You know what I mean? And then the very next game, he scored more points than any Raider quarterback ever. That can't mean nothing. How can that mean nothing? Think about it. All the quarterbacks we've had, the Bo Jacksons, the Jerry Rices, all the guys we've had. Think of all the Raider legends we've had. Okay, the Snake. Okay, Tim Butler. I mean, on and on. I mean, just how many guys? I could continue rattling down the list of Tatum and all these other guys, but he did something no other Raider ever did with all those other teams trying. They couldn't do that. That was easy, Mr. Raider Bear. I didn't have to look it up. Pragmatic means sensible or practical, just like my grampy. Ah, well said. Jesse Parker, what's up, JP? Welcome to the show. He said hi, Linda.
Hi, Jesse.
Bear, I worry about you and Ma Bear on them e-bikes, bro. You got to wear a helmet, my guy. Weaving and bopping down the street like Peter Cottontail.
No.
Okay, I'm not old enough to get a Peter Cottontail reference. Sorry, I've tried some of these older people. All right, I do know who Peter Cottontail is. Shut up. Yeah, no, I have a good helmet. It's just I have 2 different bikes. I have one bike that I call the Beast. That's really fast. It gets up to like 30 miles an hour. It's dirt bike-ish. It's got big struts and it's got big wheels and it's a monster. That one, I wear my helmet because that's how I ride it. But when I'm on the low rider, it's low and slow. You know what I mean? I'm 12 miles tops. Mama Bear knows I drive like a grandpa when I'm on the low rider. I like to go slow so I'm seen. Salute Raider Nation. What's up, B.Al.? Nisi Tweet Thomas, always there for Raider Bear. Hey, girl. My Steelers are definitely going to the playoffs this year. Okay, Val, this is a Raider show. You calm it down. Tommy, get a hold of your mother. Glenn Medina. Bear! Anna Diaz said hi, Mama Bear.
Hi, Anna.
Steeler Val, my brother and cousin are hardcore Steeler fans, and they'll agree with you. Right on. Yeah, that'll be good. Bradley Roof! One of my favorites. What did you miss? You missed nothing, brother, because I'm going to cover it all again for you right now. I'm just going to start over. I'm going to start the music. Going to go back to the beginning. No, I'm leaving early tonight, too. Got to pick up my daughter. We've just been talking draft and stuff. Troy Gill, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Mama Bear, Troy Gill said hi.
Hi, Troy.
Bear, how you feeling about our Golden State Warriors right now? Our Warriors better not fool around because Houston been on a hot streak 9 in a row, and they're only like a game behind us for that play-in spot. Actually, we have one more win and one less loss. So you know how that is when they say 1.5, that kind of stuff. So they actually have to win 2 or 3 games to actually catch us and pull ahead of us. But having said that, we did win again today against the Hornets. We won the night before. I think we won our last 3. And the Warriors looked really good, and Steph looked really good today. Although I don't count it because they were playing the Hornets, who at this point are a high school team.
Yeah,
With their 3-star players out, and the other 2 have baby mamas at 16. The Hornets are that bad. Hey, Bear, I can see the Steelers using Justin Fields and Russ on some plays like a throwback to Cordell Stewart and Hines Ward with the gadget plays. Remember that, Steeler Bell? I remember him. They used to call him Slash, and Cordell Stewart was nice, but if you notice, it never really came together. He never really won the big games, never really got a ring, never really established a consistent, we're always, this. Instead, it was like up and down, get enough wins, get in the playoffs. And so, to me, that's gadget football. I've never liked that kind of thing. The only guy that ever ran that way and threw that way, to me, that was effective was Michael Vick. And, he was Jesus in shoes on a football field, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people don't like him now because the whole thing with fighting dogs and did jail time and all that other stuff. And I understand all that. But the football players who I'm talking about, and that man had lightning in his legs and his arm, and you just rarely see that. Linda Bear is a damn fine photographer, right? Is she?
Who said that?
Jesse Parker.
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
Stephen Shaw said hi to Mama Bear.
Hi, Stephen.
Michael Terminelli, that game you're talking about with all the points, the defense had a lot to do with that. Well, Michael Terminelli, I'm not saying it didn't. Okay, you're right, but come on, that was an explosion of points. Did the defense play well? Yes. Did we get turnovers and they played badly? Yes. But I don't care. There's been hundreds of NFL Raider games, and you're telling me not any of them could have panned out like that just because our defense was so into it? I'm just kidding. I completely understand what you're saying. Scotty Lutz, honestly, I don't know if the Warriors can keep it together or not. I think they can, but I think they should have made a move for size. They didn't. They're still trying to play the death lineup. And you can't just go back to what you know and expect it to give you the same results when all of your opponents now are preparing for that lineup. So now the lineup still plays well. It still does, what it does. It scares teams. It scores a lot of points. It plays defense, but it's small. And it gets out rebounded, and we lose close games. And we have to get that under control. Everyone keeps wondering why wonders why the Warriors keep getting caught from behind and they have 20-point leads and they get caught and end up only winning by 6 or losing the game, that kind of thing. It's plain and simply because they get out rebounded. And when it gets to the third and fourth quarter, teams are just getting more shots than we do. Check the stats, it's there. I just got off the road from a 6-hour drive. Wow. Tried to speed so I wouldn't miss any of the Bear, but guess I didn't drive fast enough. I'm sorry, Bradley. I appreciate you doing that, though, man. Much love. Let's see. I just want to have a killer instinct defense this next year. Glenn Medina, I think that's going to happen. We have to remember that quietly the Raiders defense re-signed our middle interior defensive lineman in Butler and Jenkins. And Jenkins turned out to be a hell of a run stopper. Butler has come into his own as a hell of a run stopper. Now you're going to have Mad Max and Wilkins on that, outside of that. So you can't run, but you better run. I'm sorry. You probably won't be able to run the ball, and their quarterbacks will be running for their life. That's what you're going to see. It is no doubt it's coming. And I didn't even get into Kuntz. Kuntz has come into his own. And all it took was a coach believing in him, saying, go out there and get some, son. And then when he made mistakes and he looked back like he used to with Josh McDaniels and was waiting to get pulled out of the game, AP said, get back to work, son. And then the man started putting up numbers. And by the way, real quietly, our number 1 first-round pick from last year, Tyree Wilson, just got a new mentor. One of the best in the league, all-pro from the Dolphins that we brought in. And by the way, he's already said before he even had his Raider gear, before he signed his contract, He said, I will make Tyree Wilson a better player. R8RBEAR! That's right. Close your windows or I'm waking the neighbors.
You already have.
Because that's awesome. I'm so excited. Watching your show from Longview, Washington. Salute to you and Mama Bear. Been watching you since the first time I saw you scream Raiders out your front door on Facebook. You had me at foots in them.
Wow.
Appreciate you, Raider Ryan. Much love, brother. Really do. Alvaro Villatoro. Hey, Bear, have you seen the new Super Bowl script for next year? They have us playing against the Saints. Not only did I see that, I saw one that said the Niners are playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl next year. There's already a contract written for it. And everyone's going through their motions with their hair on fire. The league is fake. We have proof. I mean, I will say this. I don't know if the league is fake or not. Not for sure yet. I'm looking. I'm reading. Okay, I'm putting my feelers out there. I'm doing my Sherlock Holmes investigative work to figure out what we have here. Is it a legit league, or is there some kind of shenanigans going on, and we're getting this sort of muscle circus that's turned into pro wrestling, where everything's scripted, and then we just show up at the end and cheer and cry, and it's all phony baloney. Okay, first, I don't believe that. I've said many times that there is a certain amount of faking to football, but where they fake it is the schedule. They always seem to give teams that are pretty good easier schedules than teams that are bad, and they just do it quietly. And I don't know how they do that or why they do that, but in all honesty, the only answer I've ever come up with is that they don't want a Dolphins-Cardinals Super Bowl. So they do everything as hard as they can to make it harder on the Buccaneers because they don't have Tom Brady anymore. The Lions, the hot, up-and-coming team, right? Everyone's excited about how the Lions are playing and their tough guy coach. Everyone likes him. I like him. But can they do it? Well, the league is going to announce their schedule soon for 2024, 2025, okay? And when they do, watch the Lions get a soft schedule. Watch the Lions get a lot of help and not have Thursday night games. Don't have to go to, Britain or Mexico to play some overseas game. None of that's going to happen. They're going to get a lot of home games. There's going to be some rest there. And then they're going to walk into the playoffs, and then it's bets off to see if they can do it. They like the story, too. Trust me. The NFL likes the story because they look at the... Bless you?
Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it.
I'll hold the show for you, baby. I will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you hot?
A little bit. What's the Raiders news and these rumors about us moving up in the draft? Troy, because the Washington Commanders are at 3 and the Patriots are at 4, there's an idea that they're vulnerable for a trade-up. Now, a lot of the analysts have been coming out and essentially saying that those teams have to trade down. So if they trade down both spots, obviously the odds are high that we would get one, you know what I mean? Because we're going to be in competition with other teams, of course, but we may be willing to bid more than they are if we see a guy's name at 3 and it's available. We're probably going to throw everything at Washington. I just believe that. I think Tom Telesco's that kind of guy. If you remember correctly, Tom Telesco drafted up against us one year, one position higher than us, and got Derwin James, the all-pro safety. So I believe Telesco will do a good job. I had someone ask me the other day about how he does with, will he leave us in cap space hell? Will he leave us broke to where we, are so maxed out on contracts that we don't have leverage to make the team better moving down the road? No, screwed moving down the road. I want to win right now. What, Mama?
I talked to the dogs and fighting.
I want to win right now. And that is how Telesco's draft history in the past has looked to me. He always goes for, I want to win. I'm going to make moves here. I'm going to be dynamic. I'm not going to just trade down because the team I'm working on is bad. No, I'm going to plug holes where I can. I'm going to make moves to get more picks, but I'm not going to just trade down because I need to amass a team that can play for the next 10 years. That's not what the NFL is anymore. The NFL is right now. It's a weekend at Vegas. And if you lose, then you strip it down and you start over. Why do you think the Chiefs are getting treated the way they are? They're still a great team. They've won 2 or 3 Super Bowls, right? But now they're old. So regardless of whether they're still good or not, you're starting to see them lose players, both to free agency and to retirement. Their owner is saying, yeah, okay, I'll pay a couple of these guys, but not all of them. I need Patrick Mahomes to take a discount on his contract, and he does it. I give him credit for that. He does it at least twice. He's gone back and restructured his contract where he made less money on the front end and made the money on the back end of his contract where he's long after he's retired to get other guys and make their team better. It's smart. You know what I mean? Will guys do that for us? You know, I don't know. Bear, who do you think the GOAT in basketball? Paul Pierce said today if LeBron at 39 manages to bring LA another title this year, he'd have to bow down. Paul Pierce is an alcoholic, a drug user, an adulterer, and a piece of garbage.
Oh my gosh.
His podcasts and his shows that he does on ESPN are crap. He's fat. And personally, I think he's a piece of garbage. Now, having said that...
You know that way when he plays for the Warriors?
Paul Pierce is a dirtbag, okay? I'm sorry. There are so many Paul Pierce stories out there. I can't even tell you.
Big time Celtics guy.
He's a legend. He's got a ring with Kevin Garnett. That team with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, they were amazing. Rajon Rondo, you remember? We liked them.
Paul Pierce.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Paul Pierce is a baller. They call him the truth because he's the truth. And as soon as his basketball career ended, he turned into Al Bundy, but Triple X style. He's an idiot. He had a podcast where he came on late, where he was doing that smoke podcast, and he showed up late. The guys who do the podcast had to bring him on because they told their fans they were going to have him on. He was drunk, stoned, and when he got there, he goes, "You see that girl back there? She's a sex worker. I called her today. She just came with me for the show." He said that live. She's a sex worker. I just brought her here with me for after the show, not realizing that the show was on, and he's being broadcast to millions. And he's humiliated. Isn't he married? He's about as married as Dwayne Wade is, okay?
Oh, God.
Those guys, man, I swear.
Well, now we know
they
what
retired, man. They turned into porn stars. Like, what's going on over there?
We know what he's doing with his free time. Eating and having sex.
Now that I've totally destroyed Paul Pierce and not answered Travis Kelce's question, even in the slightest, I'm going to keep it rolling. I'm kidding. No, you can't give LeBron the title of the greatest of all time because he's not. Now, the reason he's not doesn't have to do with numbers. And everyone can yell about their numbers, okay? But let's be honest. It's not about the numbers. It's about what he did. Michael Jordan, when he went on to a basketball court, made grown, strong, veteran players afraid of him. Think about that. When's the last time you even thought of a basketball player that made other basketball players scared? It doesn't happen anymore. You got Ja Morant and all these pretty boys. They're all, mouthy and just worried about their shoe deals and all that nonsense because the league is totally different. But when Michael Jordan was in the league, he was the king. And he didn't have to have it tattooed across his back when he was in high school like LaQuit Shames did. He was called the king. He was referred to as Black Jesus by other grown men. And by the way, when he put 63 on the Celtics in the Boston Garden, the Boston Garden team that had Larry Bird and is considered one of the greatest teams of all time, Michael put 63 on him. And when the game was over, Larry Bird went in the locker room, looked into a microphone, and said, "I don't mind getting beat by Black Jesus, because that's what just happened." That man is God in basketball shorts. Larry Bird said that. Look it up. It ain't going anywhere. Okay? And it ain't getting any older. Do you ever notice that anyone and everyone that thinks LeBron is better doesn't come from that era? They only come from this one. Everyone that supports LeBron's case says, look at his numbers. F his numbers. Okay? That's what he's been doing. He's a product. He's a basketball machine that went about making huge numbers by looking at stats and lines that he could break, and then he went about breaking them. Now, am I devaluing what he did? I am. And so I want to stop that because I shouldn't, because the truth is he's a 250, 260 pound linebacker that plays basketball really well. He is a great player. He's not a great guy. I don't like the attitude. I don't like the ego. I don't like that he's constantly telling us to worship him because he so wants to be regarded as that. It's never going to happen. Now, you say other people do, younger people do, podcast, whatever, that's fine. They could do that. But the purists of basketball who saw Mike's entire career, like I have, and like that beautiful woman back there has, and we have seen all of, and we will see the end of LeBron's career. And there is never, ever gonna a day come where that woman and me stop and go, oh yeah, that guy, he's the best now. He's better than Michael Jordan. Ah!
That would never be my mouth.
It sounded funny when it came out. I couldn't hold it.
That sounds terrible.
I mean, guys, okay, look. I want to be clear.
Michael didn't have to tell people to call him the king, okay?
Or the greatest.
He didn't have to tell people to call him Black Jesus. They just did because that's who he is.
LeBron. This is the same LeBron James.
I'm the king. Call me king.
This is the same LeBron James who, on his show, The Shop, where he was sitting in a barbershop, he said when he beat the Warriors and they came back from that 3 games down to beat us, that confirmed. He said this. That confirms that I'm the best of all time. He said, I feel like that confirms I'm the best of all time. Okay, you came back from 3-1. You embarrassed my Warriors. Can we check the tape just for a second? We played LeBron 4 times. He won once. We won 3 rings off his tired ass. We did that. Beat him down 3 out of 4. And one of them we swept him, by the way. And by the way, the greatest loss in NBA championship history, do you know who that belongs to? LeBron James. They got swept by the Spurs when Tim Duncan and them were together, Manu Ginobili, and they punked him like a little boy and beat him down and made him give up. Does that sound like the best ever to you? Do you ever remember anyone doing that to Michael Jordan? No, never. Never, ever. No one should have got me started on this topic. Damn you, Travis Kelce. All right, that's my show. Much love. I got to get going because I got to go pick up my daughter from work and I don't want to be late. Alexa, resume! No, don't try to talk over me. See, you don't get to talk over me. She knows what I'm saying. Alexa, start this song from the beginning. That's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. Wow. Woo. I got you, buddy. R8RBEAR! All right, that's my show. Much love. I will see you Monday. That's Monday. I will see you Monday. We will have much more to discuss, because I'm sure a lot of stuff will happen in between then and now. So I'll see you then. Mama Bear, Raider Bear family page. Wishing you all a great weekend. And if you would, consider a subscription to Raider Bear family page. It's just $5 a month on Facebook, and you can cancel it anytime. And you can follow us for free on YouTube. See, so I don't like asking you guys about YouTube. You notice, I don't even bring up YouTube. If you don't like me on YouTube, butts in ya, okay? It's well overdue. It's not like I just got here. No, I'm serious. Like and share. You're not sharing, are you? Ah, whatever. Mama Bear, tell them we're out.